Last seen in 2003 with SSX 3, the series returns with the aesthetically revamped SSX On Tour. There's some incredible polish to this package, and it's not just on the surface either. But we can't talk about SSX On Tour without first talking about the game's unique art style, which has a real sweaty, wild-haired enthusiasm to it. The game specifically aims to mimic the hand-drawn notebook doodles of like a bored, hyperactive heavy metal high schooler, and it's extremely effective at this. The actual polygonal world of SSX On Tour isn't quite as daring, but the visuals have always been a strength of SSX, and On Tour is able to pull it together on both the artistic and technical fronts with great confidence. The single-player experience in SSX On Tour revolves around the Tour mode, where you create a custom rider, choose whether they're a skier or a snowboarder, and then compete in a lengthy series of class-based challenges. The three main SSX event types, race, trick, and slopestyle events, are still staples in On Tour, though now there are more specific challenges for you to face as well. One of our favorites forces you to make it through a course while touching the snow as little as possible. Every time you do, a countdown clock starts ticking, and if it reaches 0 before you reach the finish line, you're disqualified. Events like this add some amazing variety to the action in SSX On Tour. Superficially, the biggest addition to SSX On Tour's gameplay is the ability to put your rider on skis as well as snowboards, but the impact on the actual controls are pretty nominal. More significant is the way that SSX On Tour handles massive aerial stunts. Instead of holding a shoulder button and a face button in tandem to pull off these natural law-defying maneuvers, you simply hold the right analog stick in a specific direction. Frankly, the trick system has always been mostly for show in SSX, and making it easier to pull off big tricks just makes for a more exciting show. SSX On Tour no longer takes place in a closed course, and you can expect to literally run into other random skiers, snowboarders, and general winter sports enthusiasts on the mountain. In a rather obvious homage to Criterion's Burnout series, you can get a little bump on your boost meter when you have a close call or an actual run-in with a random person, though a direct collision slows you down significantly. SSX On Tour features a great soundtrack of licensed music. The blend of indie rock, punk, hip-hop, and dance music is pretty predictable, though the pedigree is better than average, with critical favorites like Block Party, Diplo, Queens of the Stone Age, and LCD Sound System all contributing tracks. What really stands out, though, are the classic heavy metal tracks by Def Leppard, Motorhead, Scorpions, Iron Maiden, and the godfather of heavy metal himself, Dio.
It's the same old song. You gotta be somewhere at some time, and they never let you fly.
Rather than sinking a bunch of time into making a genuinely worthwhile online experience, the development team decided to scrap online play found in SSX 3 altogether, though On Tour still features a split-screen 2-player mode. Multiplayer has never been one of the big draws in SSX, which cushions much of the disappointment at the lack of a fully realized multiplayer component. SSX On Tour expertly balances between the fresh and the familiar, creating an engrossing experience that will have fans falling for SSX all over again and will undoubtedly bring plenty of newcomers into the fold.